Hi everyone, Mark Merrill with Farm. Welcome, America. It's lesson time. For all you men, women, boys, and girls, it's an introduction to AI Training 101, plus a brief rundown on ChatGPT, thanks to an author on AI who spoke recently to Glenn Beck about his book titled AI Apocalypse, Mr. William Hertling. Our program today is about the future of AI and humans. We'll see. As we get started, folks, here is the gentleman in focus for our program today, William Hertling. And we're going to go to one of his sites, or his primary site, as he's quite an author on fiction novels, that is, in regard to AI, among many other topics that include artificial intelligence. As we get started, during his interview with Glenn Beck, Mr. Hertling explained some of the potential effects of AI if it were programmed for the benefit of human life on Earth. Now, keep in mind, folks, that the CCP has evil intentions for such a broad technology, and Mr. Hertling, as mentioned, is a noted novelist who writes about AI as the coexistence of humans and smart machines. Now, he states in his biography, folks, as we're about to get to here, where his thought stream is about musing about science fiction, AI, and the internet. Now, he's the author of several books, including the AI Apocalypse. And the near-term science fiction novels explore the emergence of artificial intelligence, coexistence of humans and machines, and the impact of social reputation, technologically unemployment situations, and other near future issues. His novel and other books on AI Apocalypse have been called frighteningly plausible, tremendous, and must read. According to Wired, called the Avogadro Corporation chilling and compelling. The Avogadro Corp won Forward's Review Science Fiction Book of the Year, and AI Apocalypse, The Last Firewall, and The Turning Exception were all nominated for the Prometheus Award for Best Novel. His first novel for children, as he also had one, is called The Case of the Wilted Broccoli. Great title, published in 2014. Now, on topic, folks, a frequent speaker of the future of technology, science fiction, and indie publishing, Mr. Hertling's spoken of SXSW Interactive, WebVisions, Delphrag, Auricon, University of Colorado at Boulder, Willamette Winters Conference, CIO Platform Netherlands, and other regional conferences. He's been influenced by writers such as Cory Doctorow, William Gibson, Charles Stross, and Walter John Williams. He was born in Brooklyn, New York. He grew up a digital native in the early days of bulletin board systems. His first experiences with net culture occurred when he wired 7 phone lines into the back of his Apple E to build an online chat system. Sounds pretty smart to me. A computer programmer and web strategist as well, he graduated from the University of Arizona grad computer science program and co-founded Tripwire with a gentleman named Gene Kim, and worked at Hewlett Packard, where he led social media strategy and developed multiple web services. Currently, he lives in Portland, Oregon. You can also follow him on Twitter at Herling, or visit his blog, williamhertling.com. We'll provide that in our notes and comments, folks. He's also the author of an award-winning novels, as mentioned earlier, Avogadro Corp, The Last Firewall, and Turning Exception. He also talks about in his books the coexistence of humans and machines, but also the impact of social reputation. Something we've been dealing with for quite a long time with social media, folks, and it's not getting any better. But thanks to the election of Donald Trump and his LOGE co-captains there of Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, might get some things done and controlled, both here and abroad. So once again, we appreciate Mr. Hertling's information and his studies on AI and the apocalypse. One other thing, though, that he does promote, folks, and we'd like to mention that right off here as we go into the next phase of our program on ChatGPT. But before we do, he also points out the best ways to utilize the AI potential for education and study. First of all, to maintain web servers everywhere, monitoring email addresses and traffic. Now, before we go on from that one, folks, monitoring, I know, email addresses doesn't sit well with too many people, and it doesn't with me either. I have 2 emails to monitor. But in this firm note, we'd like to point out that we here at Firm don't have details or specifics from Mr. Hertling on monitoring the way our former Biden-Harris government was doing this. And I think we can all agree, though, that with the new administration under Mr. Trump in office, things are going to change. They're going to be a little bit more strict and a little bit safer for not only you, ladies and gentlemen, but your children, school children, and college kids as well. No more of this mumbo-jumbo narrative and ideology crap. Number 3, Mr. Hertling says it is also a need for layers of control of AI. The need for strict governance as a safeguard. And now moving on to ChatGPT, folks, which is being used currently in America as OpenAI. I'm sure you're probably familiar with it, most of you, and abroad. It currently monitors corporate use of control. There's also a need for defense servers against bad characters. What am I talking about? I think you know who I'm talking about, folks. Xi Jinping. Yike. There's also a threat of manipulation of knowledge, not only from the characters such as Communist China, but also Russia, Iran, within our own country, folks. The deflectocrats aren't going to give up, especially the radical ones. The mainstream media, which we'll get to briefly in this program. And there's additional warning signs on ChatGPT or OpenAI that are looking at resources that we have in our government that have existed right along. But now by the Trump administration, they're going to get more of a look. They're going to get researched and put into action to save our country and bring it back from the depth, the edge of catastrophe. No thanks to the deflectocrats, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, and the Clintons and the Obamas, and George Soros. Plus, one added thing on ChatGPT that comes up under their site, folks, examine the infrastructure, technology, and other tech areas of concern. So what are those? Well, as we go over to ai-pro.org, it's all about, on that site, and we'll provide that one as well, AI chat using GPT 4.0 power. And that's powered by OpenAI. To get more creative and free up a lot of your time, America, and using Chatbot Pro's powerful language capabilities. And this is all for the help in stabilizing and educating business, school, and life here in the United States. Draft contracts and proposals. Other topics that are mentioned here, folks. writing emails and chat replies, creating video scripts, writing stories, poems, and songs, how to use prompts and commands, and make money with AI. As it says down below here, folks, let's back that up. It's ai-pro.org, ai-pro.org. It's an artificial intelligence resource website helping people navigate the world of AI. And the information provided on the site is for general information purposes only. And they say while they strive to keep the information up to date and correct, they make no representations or warranties of any kind, express or implied, about the completeness, accuracy, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the website or the information, products, services, or related graphics contained on the website for any purpose. Any reliance you place on such information is therefore strictly at your own risk. So furthermore, ai-pro.org is not in any way affiliated or related to OpenAI and Stability AI. And you can look at it furthermore, and we will, like I said, folks, give you more information on it as we go. Now, of course, we've just told you about the warning signs from Communist China. But the other ones we have to really worry about here, folks, I shouldn't say worry about, should be concerned and tune into the correct network that you rely on for news, including your locals. Vladimir Putin is not exactly one of those characters that you want to trust in, because, as seen here, surrounded by his guards, this was back in an article that was written in the Washington Examiner about 2 or 3 years ago. War on the West, that's Putin's goal. It's kind of tied up right now with Ukraine, but that might be coming to an end thanks to Donald Trump. Also, folks, the mainstream media, as previously mentioned, we're only going to dwell on this a few seconds. You know who they are. They're no friends of the United States. They're enemies of the state. They always have been. And I think this even goes back, way back, even before Jimmy Carter. God rest him. Maybe even Lyndon Johnson. Now, of course, folks, we want to make sure that you're always informed with us here at Firm, and to stay in touch with us on a regular basis, just like right here at Fairness in Reporting Media under rumble.com/fairnessmedia1. Also, you can find our programs such as this one anytime, 7 days a week, at YouTube, Twitter, and emails 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at fairnessinreportingmedia@gmail.com, fairnessinreportingmedia@gmail.com. Stay safe, and peace to everyone.